occupying government positions, usually mga elected positions. Okay? So that's one definition. The other definition is that a political dynasty reflects intergenerational linkages. Ibig sabihin, kaya siya political dynasty dahil political dynasty siya for generations. No? Minimum, sa current number ng political dynasties ngayon sa ating bansa, minimum dyan 10 years, no? Na political dynasty. Right now, doon sa almost 200 family dynasties sa Malacanang, sa Kongreso, at saka mga district representatives, 200 of them, 50% or nearly 50% are old dynasties. The other 50% are new dynasties. Ibig sabihin, mga bagong dynasties na nagsimula after the EDSA First Revolution, 1987. Nung nagkaroon ng, kasi nung panahon na yan, 1986, karamihan ng mga LGUs, no, were declared vacant at nag-appoint si Prof. Aquino ng mga OICs. So may mga OIC governors, maraming mga OIC mayors. At mula doon sa kanilang pagkaka-appoint, hindi na nila binitawan ang kanilang appointment. Kaya sinasabi natin na from their ranks has risen the new crop of political dynasties. More than 50% of the current roster of political dynasties. Yung akala natin, dahil doon sa nangyari sa Maguindanao Massacre noong November 2009, yung mga Ampatuan clan ay tapos na yung kanilang political power sa Maguindanao. But not yet, no? Ngayong election, at least 80 members of the Ampatuan clan are running for elected positions. And it is anticipated that most of them will get elected. So, kahit na yung mga patriarch, yung mga leading members ng Ampatuan clan ay hinuli na dahil na doon sa Maguindanao Massacre, hindi pa rin tapos yung kanilang political life. Nandiyan din yung mga Haloskos dynasty and many other political clans. And yet, itong issue na ito ay naging political issue na ngayon. In fact, naging isang top political agenda sa election campaign ngayon. Marami na rin mga kandidato who are making a political capital of the anti-dynasty current sentiments, no, among the Filipinos. When I travel to the provinces, lumalakas yung anti-dynasty momentum sa mga tao, lalo na sa mga kabataan. So it has now assumed a national dimension, a national interest, very critical to our political life and even to our development life. And yet, parang hangin siya, no? Anong magagawa natin? Wala namang nangyayari sa Congress, wala namang nangyayari sa Korte Suprema. Anong pwede natin gawin? Well, let's try to start looking for such answers. So, yung brief discussion ko dito sa political dynasties has the element of history, it has the element of economics, no? I'm going to show, I hope I will be able to convince you that the system of political dynasties is one major obstacle to national development. It's one major obstacle to national development. So the title of my short presentation is 6 Centuries of Political Dynasties. Will the Philippines forever be dominant political dynasties? Hindi pa kabilang dyan yung mga local dynasties. At mas marami, dihama, hindi lang ng mga local dynasties. Imagine, we have 1,600 municipalities and cities, We have about 80 or 81 provinces. No? Hindi pa katulad dyan, mga barangay LGUs. No? So, yung multiplier effect ng political dynasties. In any case, of these, 100 or 56% are old elites, and 78 or 44% are new elites, emerging from the historic EDSA 1 in 1986 and the first election after Marcos dictatorship in 1987. Kung tingnan natin yung House of Representatives, umakyat lalo yung bilang ng mga miyembro ng dynasties sa lower house. From 64% ay naging 68% or 115 families after May 2010. It became higher, no? Lalo nung umakyat yung bilang sa Senate from, I think, about 70% or 75%, naging 80%, no, composition ng Senado na galing sa mga political dynasties with represented by, or with only 23 members, no? Kasi naging presidente na si Noynoy Aquino. One way or another way by which the political dynasties have succeeded in expanding and consolidating their dynasties is through the party system. Alam natin yung party system ay para sa mga marginalized sectors, no? Farmers, workers, and so on and so forth. And yet, the party system sa 52 or 91% of the 56 seats belonging to the party's nominees, the mga congressmen from the parties, are held by millionaires and even multi-millionaires. 10 of them actually come from political dynasties. So, it opened the expansion of political dynasties. Of course, iba yung interpretation ngayon ng Supreme Court. Lalo yung interpretation ng Supreme Court, which it says is final and executory, is that actually the party system is open to both the poor and the rich. Sinasabi ng Court Suprema. So yung social context ng party system as a social justice tool to enable the marginalized majority of the Filipinos to have an effective voice in Congress has now been defeated by virtue of the Supreme Court ruling. Now, pagdating naman sa probinsya, 94% of the provinces, or 73 out of the total of 80, have political dynasties. The average number of political families per province is 2.31. Itong huli, sa 81 provinces, dito sa kasalukong election, my conservative estimate is that there are 13 provinces where the election for the governor is uncontested. Ibig sabihin, isa lamang yung kandidato at lahat sa kanila ay galing po sa dominant dynasty sa provincial level. Uncontested. So, in fact, in 6 provinces, yung isang pamilya yung dominant sa kanila for the past 25 years. Like Linares, Rizal, Ortegas, of course, kilala natin na sa Reunion, Dimaporo, sa Lanao del Norte, Villaferte, sa Camarines Sur, Pepilla sa Leyte, at Plaza sa Agusan del Sur. By the way, if you have some questions about political dynasties, Amy, my wife, can help answer those questions. She comes from the people in the region. During the same period, 19 families exclusively control elections in their congressional districts. In 2010, 17 provinces had political dynasties, or rather families, with governors and representatives. So, ibig sabihin, pag tinignan natin, isa-isa natin yung maraming mga political dynasties. Dynasties sila dahil hindi lang dahil merong congressman sa kanilang pamilya, hindi meron yung governor. Yung iba naman, may mga mayors, yung iba naman maraming councilors. Like for instance, in 2007, 40% of 79 provinces had congressman and governor, both of them relatives. Today, in the past kasi, yung pagka may political dynasty sa Congress, doon lang sila. Kaya kung dynasty sa Senado, doon lang sila. Ngayon, phenomenally, the many political dynasties have developed the capability of increasing in numbers, both horizontally and vertically. Ipapakita ko yung isang example ng isang chart na yan, mamaya ng political dynasty. What I mean is that members of the lower house expand by having their elected as district representatives in other provinces. Isang typical example dito ay yung mga makapagal na royals. So, noong time ni Gloria, na presidente siya, meron siya anak sa Bicol, congressman, Pampanga, congressman, tapos yung kanyang brother-in-law naman sa Negros, as congressman. Really Aril. Aside from that, nag-organize pa sila ng party list. So, talagang ganun yung, naging ganun yung phenomenal increase ng yung halos-hos naman, one is a congressman, one is a governor, several, 2 or 3, I think, running for mayors, and so on and so forth. Pagdating doon sa LGUs, such as governors and mayors, marami sila mga blood relatives bilang tumatakbo bilang vice mayors, councilors, o kaya nasa kongreso. I mentioned this before. Today, in 2013, 80 members of the Tapuac in Maguindanao are running for office. Of the of about 1,300 elected positions in Maguindanao, 50% of them are candidates coming from political dynasties. Yung kabila naman ngayon, kung lumatang yung bilang ng mga political dynasties, nagiging kumbaga lumalakas din yata ang loob ng mga kandidato na independents. So, napansin yung bilang ng mga independents na tumatakbo.